Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have this position, white to play and win, and white pawn moving forward in this direction, and black pawns are moving downward in this direction. And though it's white to play and win, white must play the only winning move, otherwise this wouldn't be a win. So as always, pause the video and guess the move. Best of luck. Okay, first off, if we play pushing the pawn to f5, black would capture the pawn, and you have to capture the pawn, and black would play king to e7. And now you cannot make any progress, right? If you play this, black would simply play this move, and if you try to get to black's pawn, black would simply defend that, and black is going to retreat, and you cannot do anything to make black retreat, right? So you may probably play this move, but at the end of the day, black is going to get a move and get a draw. So this is a draw. So the other move you sorry. So the other move you may probably consider playing is d5. But again, this doesn't work because black would play king to e7, and you don't have any follow-up now. And if you try to trade, black would simply capture that, and this time there is nothing that can capture that back, and this is simply an easy draw for black. So pushing these two pawns are not the correct move, or one of these doesn't make us the winner. So what else can we try with the king? We have a couple of moves with the king, but the correct move is king to d6, the only correct move. So what does this do? Well, now black has a lot of moves to try to, including pushing the pawns. So I am going to show you what would happen in every scenario. So if black moves to e8, we are going to play f5. And now if black captures it, we simply capture that back, and now black cannot do much, right? So as you can see here, if black pushes, we simply play king to e6, and we are winning this, right? Wherever black moves, it doesn't matter, we will move to the opposite direction and just win the game. So this is how we would win, and black can play this move as well, but at the end of the day we are going to win the game, right? So if this, we are going to simply cut out the king, and the king has no choice except to retreat every time the king would retreat, and eventually we are going to move away with our king and win the game. We can move away like this as well to promote the pawn safely. So this is going to be what would happen if black plays a king move, king to e8 in this push. And if black moves to the other, if black plays the other move, like king to g8 or king to g7, we are going to play king to e7. Now we are mirroring the king and we are attacking the pawn, and in order to defend the pawn, black must play to g8, but now we are going to play king to d7. Actually, the idea is to play to e8 on the next move, and if black plays here, we are going to play to king to e8, and now we are pushing the black king, and we are going to get there to just keep that place, and now black cannot do much, right? So the thing is, if we trade these pawns and end up in a pawn race, our pawns are too advanced and we can get a queen real quick, and that is going to be a disaster for black, right? So just keep that in mind. And now in this position there are a lot of sequence. We can play these moves, this move, and we can simply recapture that back, and now we are actually winning, right? So this is going to be a clear win for us. We can simply capture that. And if black didn't fight this much, I mean, if black decided to trade one of the pawns, like in this position, if black pushes this pawn, what we are going to do is not capturing the pawn, but we simply push the pawn and we are going to win the game that way. So after this, we have seen what would happen if the king moves to any of these squares. But what if black pushes the pawn? We are going to play f5 instead of capturing. So this is because of the opposition, right? We have to have the opposition, right? So now the king has 3 squares to move to, starting with king to e8. What we are going to do is basically cut the king, and now the king has these moves, but we are going to get to black, and we are going to simply capture black's pawn. And I did mention this in the beginning. So if there is a race like this, so if there is a race like this, now it's equal in material, and after the trade-off, black and white both have a race, a pawn toward its promotion, its own promotion. This is going to be a win for white because white has the most advanced pawn, right? So this is what makes black disadvantage. So this is what we are going to play with race pawn. So now in this position, after we play king to d6, if black pushes this pawn instead, now we can simply actually capture this, and we are completely winning, right? So we are completely winning this. And the last thing is, if black pushes like this, so what should we do now? Well, now we are going to play king to e6, and we are going to simply mirror the black king, and it doesn't matter where the black king moves, eventually we are going to simply win both of the pawn. So this is actually the solution. So for a recap, the first move is to play king to d6, and actually ideally the engine recommend black to respond with king to g7. That makes black survive for long moves. So we are going to play king to e7, and then after black plays king to g8, defending its own pawn, we are going to play king to d7. So we are going to keep an eye on the square e8, right? So now if black plays this move, we are going to push our pawn, and if takes, we simply capture back, and now black has no moves, right? No good moves. Eventually black is going to retreat from its own pawn, and we are going to capture and win the game. So if black didn't do that and play a move like this, we get into the pawn, and eventually we are going to get to the pawn and simply capture the pawn and win the game. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.